stories already. I'm going to try to add a few of my own. I don't have so many early stories to tell, but maybe I can incite a few more. So again, welcome from my side to CESCG 2016, the 20th edition of CESCG. This is the slide that I previously missed in my opening introduction, so here it is. But let's go to these more important things. As you have already heard, and you have seen this picture here, but here it's a little bit larger. So this was the first CESCG. So why do we call this the first CESCG if there were so many previous seminars between the two groups? So it seems that Helwig were the first to organize more than Bratislava and Vienna together, right? So we had Brno and Budapest and Prague. So it was really a much better. But it was still, at the time, an event which took place in Vienna and in Bratislava. So there was one day in Bratislava and one day in Vienna. So this is the group photo. Let's see. So these people here, I wanted to point out these people, so I hope that I pointed them out correctly. So this here, as you see, is Helwig. This is myself. I had different haircut back then. This here must be Andre, right?
Of course.
Yeah. and this here, I pointed him out because I want to tell you about this history of trust and contacts you made. So at this time, I, long-haired guy, met this other long-haired guy, and we started talking about my favorite topic back then, visibility. And we were talking, and then while we did all the city visits, we were talking, and then we continued talking, and in the end, I mean, this turned out to be one of my longest terms, scientific and friendship relation in this context. So Jiří then came later to Vienna and worked on a project with me for more than 3 years. And we still meet regularly. We have each year we have a cooperation program where students from Jiří visit Vienna and students from Vienna visit in Prague. And this is a contact I made at my first CESCG. So how did I get to my first CESCG? Well, I just started as a university assistant in that year because I made my degree in 1997. So I started there, and then Helwig came to my room and said, "Hey Michi, don't you want to go to CESCG and bring a student?" I said, "Huh? What? My first year? What should I do with it?" Come on, you will do it. Come, just do it. Just try to find it. And then I had one student who asked whether he can do a state-of-the-art report on morphing and so on, and I convinced him to do that, and then we went there, and it was really a lot of fun. So you've seen this picture as well. So this was in Bratislava at the university back then. I still remember spilling some drinks all over the place back then. And finally a photo you don't know yet. So this is this is myself actually. And there's also Andre here.
Isn't that Balázs?
Yeah, Balázs Csetfalvi.
Here is Professor Nipel, Kuwait University.
Okay, great. Here's Helmut Dolaj, and it's too dark to see anybody else. So I remember some years ago somebody explained this mother and father of CESCG story. It must be something with beer and you two guys sitting together. Maybe one of you can still remember. You and the beer. Anyway. Okay, so first CESCG ever. Let's see. Yeah, this was in Vienna. This was the second part of the seminar, I think in the contact room. Yeah, looks like contact room. Yes, as you have already seen, we moved to this really beautiful castle, which it was funny because a lot of the people were in a room directly above the presentation room. And whenever they moved, they had a chandelier like this one, this thing here. And whenever somebody was walking there, this kind of really was moving very strongly. So you always knew when the people up there woke up during the first session. So those who had more social program than some others. Yeah, social program. You have seen pictures of social program already. Yes. So I skip a few years forward. So 2005 was so I then basically took a break from chess somehow a few years, and then 2005 Helvig again came to my room and said, Michi, I won't do this forever. Can't you take care of chess? And I said, oh, again? Oh, what should I do? What do I do as an organist? You'll just do it. Helvig said, okay. And this is when I started doing it. So and so now this is my 12th year as an organizer here, if I counted correctly. And this was how it all began. So, and yeah, this is Michael Stachnik, who is also here. Yeah. Hello. Hey, hello. Yeah, you saw there was not only cricket going on, but also badminton and. Yeah, giving awards and Chess 2009. You have seen Alan already on some of these images doing the Vogeltanz and so on. This was Alan and introducing us to cricket. And Alan introduced us to one more thing, which was in 2009, because financially chess is always a very difficult affair. So in the first years of chess, so this was basically for the first, I think, 10 years or so, chess was for free. So nobody had to pay anything for chess. So students just came. But things got more expensive, and then Alan came and said, well, he has a contact with Autodesk in UK, and they are going to sponsor. And they gave us 5,000 euro for 2 years in sequence. And that was kind of basically saved chess and that made us continue. Unfortunately, this didn't continue for more years, so we struggled, and there's fees now and so on. Every year there's some discussion about this, but we still survive. 2011, more social program, as you can see. we went to Vinnyčna, which was a funny place with a pool, and I think many people were sick after going to this pool. Here you see actually, this is Mate Novotny. It's Jan, right?
Yeah.
Yes. You've seen Jan today already, and Mate is so Jan is back there, and this is Mate, the other guy of the company. Yes, and then 2012 is, as Werner has pointed out, I think the first year in Smolenice. So actually we're not only celebrating the 20th year of CESCG, but also the 5th year here in this beautiful castle of Smolenice. Maybe Andrei, maybe you can explain to us why we are not in Budmerice. Because
Austria is hard to understand and Slovakia is hard to explain. One day Budmerice castle was for sale for €1. This didn't happen, but it is now again somehow open, but maybe if you are so-called privatization guru, you can take everything you are willing to have and corrupt the responsible people and so on. So this is the game around Budmerice, and Budmerice were blocked for many years. But this summertime Budmerice are again running, but there is no kitchen. They have some idea that there will be the food by some food providing company 3 times a day, which is a very nice business model, and it is very hard to understand, but I can again show the step. Let's say,
yeah. But luckily we have found this really nice location, and so I think we're very happy to be here in Smolenitz. Yeah, you saw this, and in 2013, actually, when we thought we wouldn't be able to continue anymore, so there would be a huge loss, and we went begging many people, and finally at Disney, they offered us a larger amount of money so that we could actually continue the conference, and they have been continuing sponsoring us. I mean, the money has squeezed a little bit over the years, but still, so this was the first year that Disney sponsored us. This is not Disney, but this is Martin I think it might have been the second time already or so, the folk dance instruction with a professional folk dance instructor. We are not having this time, but maybe it will come back, so you have to come back for future tests.
Sorry to interrupt you. This strongly depends on the number of female participants.
Yes, exactly. So when you get back, try to find your female study colleagues and tell them to go to Czech so that we can reinstate this nice tradition of dancing. And once again, this guy in the back, responsible for the social program. I think, I don't know, whether it was 2014 or I think you did it actually maybe in 2013 already, the castle tour. So you will see that.
We will do it the third time this year, so.
So it was correct. 14, yeah. So 2014 is the first time that Martin then did the castle tour, so he will do it tomorrow, right?
Right.
Yes, so please join the castle tour. There's lots of interesting stories about the history of this castle. And yes, that's it. That's my perspective.